Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're a first time viewer, my name is Jeff Lanoski. Today I'm in Florida with my good friend Lance Trappe.
How's it going, everyone?
If you're a fan of the channel, you definitely recognize this guy. We've been riding together for a really long time. So for today's how-to, we're gonna talk to you about riding uphill steps. So anytime you're doing a hill climb and there's a step, log, something that's gonna disrupt your forward momentum in the middle of the trail. So Lance, what would you say is the most common mistake you see riders make when they deal with this kind of stuff?
I think a lot of times the biggest problem is just doing basically nothing. Just rolling up to it and kind of running into it, not getting enough momentum, not being ready to wait and unweight, and just not being dynamic enough.
Yep, that's definitely a big problem. Or I see a lot of riders waiting until they're actually on top of the obstacle to do something, and that's the wrong time to do it. All right, so LT, let's get into the first tip.
I'd say the first thing is you want to be proactive, not reactive. So you want to be looking ahead as you're coming up on the obstacle. You want to start to develop some momentum, put power down before, get over the obstacle, and continue to accelerate out of it. You want to be up off the saddle, probably the seat dropped really.
Just like downhilling, when you want to look far ahead and choose your line, you want to do the same thing when you're climbing. The more you could prepare for stuff, the better off you're going to be. So it's just going to help all the tips that we're giving if you look ahead and plan. All right, tip number 2.
All right, so basically getting a little bit more technical is pedal timing. I usually start with my strong foot, and it's a 1, 2, 3, and that progression is relative to the gear that you're in, how far each pedal is propelling your bike, and you really gotta take a little time to practice that and be very aware of that when you're coming up a hill or up to an obstacle. Is that basically that sequence? I usually start about a bike length away and just use that to drive me forward and then unweight up and over it, but pedal timing is very critical.
All right, so taking that whole idea of getting some power down before the obstacle, the reason you want to do that is so you can carry your momentum up and over it. When you try to pedal right on top of the rock you're trying to ride over or the root, it's really easy to lose traction. So when you put some pedal down before and after, that's going to be your best chance for success. All right, what's the next tip?
I'm going to say getting your weight forward, basically. Years ago, bikes used to be a lot shorter reach. Seat angles were laid back more. So now we're already forward. The bike is getting good traction, so you don't necessarily need to have that attack position when climbing, but when you're facing an uphill step, you really want to get your arms bent and your chest forward and low. So when you need to accelerate the bike up over it, you have that energy built up that you can release to conquer the step.
Yeah, so when would you time that push?
I would say basically, you're going to be using your strong, weak, strong pedal timing, and basically as your strong foot comes back around, that's when you're going to pop and surge the bike.
Yeah, so right over the crux of the obstacle.
Yeah, exactly.
Another way that you could artificially make that momentum is I use my hips a lot. So when you ride with your arms bent, it's also going to put your butt back. So when I push my arms forward, I'm also pushing through with my hips. That'll also artificially manufacture some momentum and help get your bike up and over that obstacle. All right, LT, as with all the other videos, it's time to dig through the archives and see what kind of step-ups we can find to show everybody what you can do when you have these techniques pre-dialed.
It's a good, fun move. We got a few good ones back in the archives. Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now who's the boss?
All right, so thanks for checking out the video. Thanks to Lance for helping out again. Make sure that you subscribe so you catch any future episode, and you can go back and check out all the archives as well. Until next time, get out there and be a boss.